Well, hey, Bradford String Instruments. Generally, this is the part where I pick up the latest instrument I'm working on. We start talking about things and how I did things, ways to help you out with your guitar. But tonight, we might as well just call this, I don't know, guitar shop politics. I'm going to get straight to the point. I am sick and tired to death of what I've been seeing the media do, especially since the riots. You pieces of trash have done nothing but desecrate the memory of the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. My whole life I've looked up to the man. My whole life I believed in him, loved him. People use his name in the same context that they do Gandhi and Jesus. And you have these idiots that are saying, oh, Dr. Martin Luther King said that a riot is the language of the unheard. How dare you take something such a great man said out of context and use it to label me a racist or a thug? How dare you, you piece of common trash. Let's look into this, shall we? You can go straight to time.com and bring up the CBS interview, and I'm going to put the link at the bottom in my description. The quote is often traced to 1968, but is actually a frequent rhetorical term for King. King was questioned by CBS Mike Wallace about the increasingly vocal minority who disagreed with his devotion to nonviolence as a tactic. In that interview, King admitted there was so much minority that he said that surveys had shown most black Americans were on his side. And I contend that the cry of black power, Malcolm X and his thugs, is at the bottom, a reaction to the reluctance of white power to make the kind of changes necessary to make justice a reality for the Negro. King said, I think that we've got to see that a riot is the language of the unheard. He was saying he understood why riots happen. At the same time, he was condemning them. So how dare you use something that great man said, pull it out of context, twist it and turn it, and start talking about white power? What I think should happen is that Dr. King's family, or an equal rights organization, should get with some attorneys, and every single one of you pieces of trash that used this to say that the riots were totally just nothing wrong with them, burning down police precincts, burning down cities, putting people out of work, putting people out of their home, and use his words to defend it. Attorneys should take every single one of you to court and lock you up, or take your money from you and give it to an organization that Dr. King believed in. Do you really think the American people are this stupid? We're not. I just needed to get that off my chest. So, if anyone out there feels the same way, let's all get together and let's go after these people. Especially if you're an attorney. I don't want anything out of it other than the memory of a man who I have idolized my entire life be left alone and kept out of this. This is nothing but leftist propaganda. Not just leftist. I will say that. I have friends, every race, every religion. Friends are friends. Good people are good people, whether they're Democrats or Republicans. But when you look at who is in office and running this place, those are the far left and far right. We're in between, getting bounced around by the media. And the media is taking quotes from great people and using them against us. And what I really, really hate to see is somebody like Maxine Waters, an African American who would desecrate Dr. King's words to try to make me feel like a racist. You need to get back in school. You need to learn your history. You need to pay attention to black history. I'm sure we're going to have a little bit more to talk about because I'm tired of holding my mouth about things, but this was my first one. Please, every time you hear that quote, a riot is the language of the unheard. I want you to know Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. condemned that. That was him explaining why riots happen as he condemned them. I'm posting the link. You can read the entire interview. You can see the entire speech, and you will know that people like Maxine Waters and MSNBC and CNN are trash.